All right, we're looking at factor label right now. Factor label is a way to do all the math problems that we have in here. All right, we're going to use what are called conversion factors. You already know some conversion factors. We'll use some of them in some examples. But what do I mean by conversion factor? If I said 1 foot equals how many inches, you would say? Okay, so 1 foot equals 12 inches. Conversion factor. Takes it from one unit to another. Okay. What's another one that you might know?
3 feet is a yard.
I don't like that one, but okay, I'll go with it. The reason I don't is because we use metric.
Centimeters, meters,
Okay, how many centimeters equals a meter?
100.
I love it. That's exactly right, and that's actually what we're going to be working with today as well. Let's go money.
Oh, what?
How much money what money conversions do we have?
Cents to the dollar.
How many?
Cents.
100 cents equals $1. What do you got?
25 cents is a quarter.
It is. Where's the conversion there? Oh, 25 cents. You're right. Close enough. How many quarters in a dollar? I'm going to call them Q's equals quarters. Alright. So we know this stuff. How many dimes in a dollar?
10.
Okay. Anybody know nickels?
20.
Yeah. So we're going to use some of these and do some math. All right? And we're going to use this factor label method all semester. So may as well learn it now. Factor label, you're going to have a starting point. It's whatever you're starting with. And as soon as we get to the top right-hand box, this is what we want, the unit that we want. In between is a conversion factor. And what's going to happen, you're going to start with something, you're going to convert it. There might be 1 conversion factor, 2 conversion factors, 6, I don't know. But as soon as you get what you want, the conversion you want, the unit you want in the top right-hand box, you're done. Then what you do is you multiply everything across the top and get a top number. Multiply everything across the bottom and get a bottom number. You divide the two, and then I'll give you your answer. We're going to try it. Okay. And we'll start with money real quick. Let's say you had 64 nickels. I abbreviated them NI. And I want to know how many dollars is that? Well, we're starting with nickels. We eventually want dollars. We could do this in one step, or we could do it in multiple steps right now, but since we have the conversion here, use it. So we're going to start with 64 nickels. Our conversion factor is that 20 nickels equals $1. So to cancel these out, this is math. To cancel them out, I have to have nickels, the same unit on the bottom, and I have to have the unit I want on top. So for every $1, that equals 20 nickels. Nickels cancel out, and I'm left with dollars on the top. I have what I want on the top. So my top number would be 64 times 1, 64, divided by, well, the only thing on the bottom is 20. So go ahead and do that math for me real quick and tell me what we end up with.
$3.20.
$3.20. And for me, I need to see this work. And I need to see your answer boxed in with the units. When we do actual problems, the answer is usually worth 1 point. The work is worth 3 or 4. So you'll know how you get there. I don't care if you know the answer if you don't know how you got it. Okay? So that was pretty basic, pretty easy. I'm going to give you another conversion up here that we're going to use. That 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. Standard to metric. And that's the only conversion we're going to have from standard to metric. Okay? So I want you to try this one for me. Let's say we get a measurement. And we're measuring, let's say, the length of this desk table right here. And we go to measuring it, and we see that it is 425 centimeters long. We measure the front of this desk. Well, I want to know, well, how many feet is that? Does anybody know a straight conversion from 425 centimeters to feet? Because I don't. So we start with 425. I think Roman told me, I think you told me that we had how many centimeters in a meter?
100.
Yeah, it's right here. So I have a conversion. Now that doesn't get me to what I want, but it gets me one step closer. So we have to make a pathway. How can I go from centimeters to feet? So I look up here. Well, there's centimeters and meters. That doesn't really help because I don't have meters in there. I have centimeters. Oh, there is standard to metric. So I can go from centimeters to inches. And one of you told me, oh yeah, inches to feet. So it's more than one step. So I have centimeters here, so I would write 2.54 centimeters on bottom, 1 inch on top. Well, centimeters will cancel out. Now I have the unit of an inch. I didn't want inch, I wanted a foot. Well, I can say 1 foot equals 12 inches. That's its conversion factor. The inches cancel out, and I'm left with what I want on the top. So since I'm a nice guy, I'll do the top for you. I'll multiply that across. You guys give me the bottom number. There's just 2.54 times 12 is what?
30.48.
30.48.
48.
Cool. So I have 425 is my top number, 30.48 is my bottom number. I divide the two. How many feet is that? Cool.
That's
Is that what you got? Awesome. So there's factory labor. Don't make it harder than what it is. But I am going to make one more hard one for you. Okay?
okay. I like hard.
You guys ready? Alright. I'm not even going to use one of those up there. But I was on my way to work this morning. I needed to stop for gas. Anybody know how much gas is? I paid $2.49 a gallon this morning. Oh, what does that mean? $2.49 per gallon. What does per mean?
Each.
For every one of them. So for $2.49, that equals 1 gallon of gas. It's a conversion factor. Two ways of writing this. We can say 1 gallon for every $2.49, which also is the same as saying $2.49 per 1 gallon. Let's take this a step further. My truck right now, I've been doing good on gas mileage, so I haven't been driving anywhere. I'm actually getting 19.5. This is this weird thing, MPH.
Miles per hour.
Oops, I'm sorry. MPG on it.
Miles per gallon.
Miles per gallon. Ooh. We can write it just like we wrote that. What does that mean? Well, it's 19 miles for every 19.5, my fault. For every 1 gallon, which is the same as 1 gallon for every 19.5 miles. All right, where I'm going with this. I went to the store today, GetGo, and I pulled out the money in my wallet, and I realized I'm pretty broke. But I need to fill up my gas. And I started going through my change. I have a lot of change in my truck, you'd be amazed. Poured it all out, added it all up. And I came up with $27.19. So on my person I had, how much did I say?
$7.18.
17 cents or 18? $29.17 is what I think I had. Pretty sure that's what I had. So that's all I had in my wallet. And actually my asterisk is full of points. If I have this much money, how far can I travel? So we have a couple conversions up here now. I'm going to erase this so we can do our math. What's the only number up here I can start with? Yeah, the money. It's the only one that's not a conversion factor. So I'm going to start with $29.17. Eventually I said how far. So distance equals miles. So somehow I got to go from money to miles. What's my first step?
You gotta find out how many gallons you can buy.
How many gallons I can buy? Sure. So what goes where? Does $2.49 go on top or bottom for this? Yeah, so the money will cancel out. So for every $2.49, I would get 1 gallon of gas. Well, money's taken care of, it's crossed out. Didn't ask for gallons, I asked for miles. Next step.
So now after that you know how many gallons you
Okay, so
have. You get the gallons per every miles per gallon.
so which one goes on top?
Miles
Miles
and
goes on top. So it's 19.5 miles for every 1 gallon. Gallon canceled with gallon. Hey, I got what I want on the top. Now the first question I was nice and I gave you the top number. I'll reverse it today and give you the bottom number this time. Okay, that's the kind of guy I am. What's our top number? Well, 29.17 times 1 times 19.5.
568.
One more time, I didn't hear you.
568.81 or 82 actually.
Now I take the top number divided by the bottom number. Do you have that for me?
Yeah, 1.49.
A little bit louder, I can't hear you.
2.49.
No, I gave you the bottom number. Divide the two.
I'll divide it to, I didn't approximate, so maybe a bit off, but 228.44.
228.44, is that what you got?
228.24,
So 228.4.
3, 4, something
4.
Well, let's go with 4. We'll get into rounding.
I didn't round them.
Yeah, we'll get into rounding in a different lesson. That's not today. So knowing I had $29.17 in my wallet and ashtray, I can get over 228 miles in my truck. Cool. So I'm good to drive home. I only live like 7 or 8 miles.
like that. So we're good to go.
So this is factor label. We're going to use this the entire semester. I like the lines. I like the bars. You must show canceling out. Now you might see where some people use parentheses. It's the same thing. I don't care. When you use a parenthesis, use a parenthesis. When you use verticals, use verticals. I like verticals. But hey, that's my preference. Any questions on this? You're going to have on Schoology a couple worksheets and assignments doing just this. On Monday, after our meeting, we're doing our team's meeting at 8 a.m., I'm going to post a little factor label quiz.